G'day everyone, welcome back to the IEM Chicago 2018 qualifiers. It's grand finals time, and it has been grand finals time for the last two maps, both of which have really been MVP maps very convincingly indeed. Minizeta, the standout there on Cache for MVP, but across the board they really did look good.
Yeah, you could say he was the MVP, but then I think also Zion stood up as well. And like I said, when your two stars stand up in a grand final and really deliver, well, just makes life easier for Zeph and Solo. And at this point, I'm worried for Flashgaming, but Mirage is a map where previously I've seen MVP fall behind, and I'm just interested to see if they've worked on it at all.
Yeah, definitely, but we sort of said the same thing going into Cache. We're thinking, okay, Flash, they had a poor performance on Inferno,
no, that's true.
But Cache is their map pick, and MVP have struggled sometimes on Cache. Flash, you would expect to see the aim gods really stepping up there.
Yeah.
Absolutely was not the case. That was very one-sided.
Weren't able to get anything going. Anything they did try to do, MVP just quickly went the other way.
Yeah,
so it was just like, it was just complete domination. MVP were a step ahead the whole time. And I do think it comes back to that confidence that they get from winning that first map so convincingly. Going into that second map and having a poor start, but then bringing it back and then being 5-5 and then being 8-5 and then being like, well,
10-5.
who cares?
Was it ended up being 16-5 or?
I don't think it was 16-5, was it? I think it was like 16-6. But I was like,
very close.
Either way, when you're at 10-5, you could just see everyone was off doing their own thing, killing stuff. You know, the pistol round didn't go their way, I don't believe.
They did get the pistol round, but then they got eco.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go. So, and for me, that's when you just say, look, just go get the kills. And the other team, 9 times out of 10, when they're versing a team of a high caliber, you're not expecting that sort of risky play. You know, you're expecting the calculated play. You're expecting the teamwork. But if you're just feeling it and you're just smashing quality opposition and they're not feeling it, well then it snowballs.
Well, the one thing I want to watch in this map of Mirage is going to be Minizeta with that orb, particularly if MVP start off on that CT side. Minizeta was having a phenomenal time, not only on CT but also on T. Just with the orb in general, even the rifle he was pretty good with as well toward the start of that map. He really seemed to have found his feet.
This is like a real main AWPers map, Mirage. You know, you can't play Mirage without an AWP. It just isn't done anymore.
And that's the problem, I think, for obviously for Flashgaming. They haven't really been using the AWP as much as they could have been.
Wow.
They haven't wanted to put themselves on the AWP. They haven't had the economy to put themselves on the AWP, so they haven't had time to warm up with it.
Yeah.
They're going to be going into this one essentially dry and going up against Minizeta, who
you're 3 maps in and you're going in dry.
Yeah.
Like, nothing worse.
They didn't AWP on Inferno either, so this is a real problem time, I think, here for Flashgaming, but they are starting on CT side.
We know Lovey can AWP. We know Fancy can AWP. We know Attacker can AWP. But the thing is, can they afford an AWP? And, well, it's going to come down to this pistol round and the preceding anti-eco.
And can they beat Minizeta with the AWP in the form that he's in? I better be backing those duels in his favor. Oh, not a good start at all here for Flashgaming. Attacker has chimed back with 2, however. Nice USP headshots out from him. Zion does dispatch of it though, and too much of an advantage given to MVP at the start of that round does still net them a player in the lead. Zion is in a good spot here, however, but he's been joined by Minizeta, so they've both gone into jungle, and now Freeman on the bomb. If he would have stuck that, he probably would have gotten it.
Well, Minizeta's still going to play like he has stuck it. And now
he's going to have to.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
what a comeback from Flashgaming.
I think MVP played themselves a little bit there. Minizeta joining Zion in the jungle.
Solo. It was Solo, really, that sold it for Flashgaming. Went a little bit too hard on Lovey and didn't have the ammo to back it up.
So, disappointing for MVP. That really looked like their pistol round. And it really looked like a...
I'm sending vibes.
Fast charge.
Please don't force buy again like you did on Cache and go 0-5. You've proven already over 2 maps you're the better team when it comes to the gun rounds. Let's not take any risks. Let's get to Chicago MVP.
Yeah, that's really what's on the line for them. 1 map away from Chicago.
One map away from the customs office.
Yeah, true. A lot of weight suddenly being put on Flashgaming in this one, as they could end up going down in the grand final without picking up a map for themselves. They came in with the map advantage, but that's about the best thing that happened to them so far today.
It's about the only thing they've had on their scoreboard, isn't it? And, well, Solo's just going to go hard into B. Let's get this round over with, MVP. What are you talking about? What have you got to say for yourselves? Flashgaming are of the caliber where they're not going to really allow you to do anything with Glocks. I mean, I know they got the bomb down against you guys with Glocks, but that's another story.
looks like you're right. Attacker taking a few chunks there, but he's fairly okay.
I was going to say...
Does get a headshot. Zeph with the Glock also. And now Freeman's quite low as well. Zeph can't quite get the kill there.
I was going to say, Jordan, the cool attacker would re-peek straight away.
Yeah.
When there's frags to be mopped, attacker will get out the Pino clean.
Okay, first gun round out for MVP PK. And this might be where we start to see the quick descent for Flash if it goes quite comfortably the way of MVP. Just the full rifles, no warp yet for Mini Zeta.
No warp on middle.
A lot
smoke.
of control in mid.
Yeah, well, the smoke comes into the window. 9 times out of 10, look, people used to say I used to hit B every time we had a first gun round. So the reason for that being was, you know, they don't have a lot of money. The utility's not always good to save off that B apps. You know, the molly comes into B apps, you're cooked, right? But first gun round, most teams don't have much in the way of that. And once you fake it a little bit, you waste the utility, you burn it.
And there's only one player on the B-bomb side.
Yeah.
And Freeman's dead. So,
not sure how this worked out.
Congratulations on the gun round, MVP. You won it.
Who do we thank for that, do you think? Termy?
Could be Termy.
Or is it just normal CS? People started... well, this is just what I was told, Jordan. People were stacking B on the first gun round when they were versing Immunity because it was just something I did. I didn't even realize I was doing it. So there you go. Maybe MVP don't realize they're doing it, but that just makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I
don't think too hard.
Well, it makes sense.
It's getting late.
It is getting late.
I don't want to have to say...
Actually, it's getting early.
I don't want to have to say good morning to you two nights in a row.
It's one
is
minute
it?
past midnight.
Aww. Good morning, Jordan.
MVP just on a little bit of a hunt here, looking for some of those wayward CT players. Looks like they will only get the 2.
Just the 2 of us. Yeah. You don't sing much, Jordan.
Not to you. And not on broadcast.
Oh, hello. The dark side of Jordan Mays.
The dark side.
Yeah, you sing in the shower?
No, I'm not a shower singer.
Sing on the toilet?
Definitely not.
Sing in the car?
Yeah, have been known to.
What would you sing in the car?
Whatever's on the radio, usually. That's a good song.
Wow, you must be a really good singer if you can sing anything. Eminem? What about a bit of Eminem?
Production reckons I sing K-pop. At the moment, I should probably be singing K-pop.
You wish you could
bit
speak
of Mr.
Korean.
Taxi, Taxi, Taxi for MVP PK straight to Chicago.
You wish you could speak Korean, mate. Then you'd be able to justify your thirst to get over there.
Oh, please.
Wouldn't that be nice for you? I went. It was good. You'd really like it.
Maybe I'll give it a try. MVP at the moment, however.
Yeah.
Have a thirst for Chicago. And they've picked up the first kill in
What's
this round.
Chicago not?
What? They don't check Lovey properly. Good trade from Mini Zeta. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
How does he get that kill?
Well, he left clicks on the guy's head. Sorry, John. Sorry. Anyway, Chicago. What do you reckon they're known for? I reckon Cabaret.
Honestly, I'm not that much of an expert on America, so couldn't tell you.
Wow. Guns?
Do they have a team? Do they have a team in something?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like the Chicago Bulls?
I knew it was the Bulls.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say Bulls.
Really?
In case it wasn't.
Okay, man. You're actually cooked.
No, I'm not.
What about... I think it is about the musicals over there, I'm pretty sure. Theatre.
Isn't that Broadway in New York?
Yeah, Broadway. What? Yeah, sure. But isn't there actually a musical called Chicago? I'm pretty sure there is.
Who knows?
What would you know? You're
cares?
an uncultured
Oh,
swine.
that's a good flashbang. Low is going to go down as a result.
Yeah, that's right. Talk about Counter-Strike.
You just call me an uncultured swine.
I'm right. Director Laura approves.
Bloody hell.
Yep. That's where you're going if you don't get some culture, Jordan. You're a sinner.
Whatever, mate. I don't subscribe to your belief system.
Are you a Pastafarian?
I'm definitely
You
not.
wear a colander?
I would.
Oh, sounds cool.
All right, this time MVP looking to the A-bomb site. Haven't seen that yet, at least on the gun rounds, I should say.
Yeah.
They did head there on pistol, and it worked okay until it didn't.
Straight out of T-Spawn as well. Freeman just on a USP. Times are tough for Flashgaming. No mollies, really, to stave off the rush. Maybe Summer will get his down, but not sure if it'll be of much use. This looks like, is this the one where they throw the running smoke? Or the running molly off the top of the head there? Solo? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you see, I know my stuff, Jordan. I might be just a caster noob, but I've been around.
Yeah, certainly. Look at the blanket of fire in the A site. Joe King will push through the smoke there. Summer has to fall off the ticket booth, but decides to re-push through the smoke. A great choice, as it's going to net him 2 kills before he does go down. Mini Zeta now in a 1v2, and you better believe he can do this one, Ian. A 1v1 against Freeman with only the USP, and Freeman might just win it. Oh, dearie me. 7 HP on Mini Zeta, and that's an eco round win for Flash.
As you do, Freeman. And he goes away with an M4 as well. Doesn't even try for the AK.
Well, you'll take it.
Of course, the timing there, unfortunate for MVP, but I mean, you're going to take any gift you can get if you're Flashgaming. Freeman, full eco, the savior.
Well, they saved a couple of guns through, but...
No, but Freeman was full eco.
Yeah, Freeman was full eco. He had literally a USP. Mini Zeta didn't expect him that close in the CT spawn.
Yeah, you'd want to pause after that, wouldn't you, mate? Wouldn't you? Wow.
Tactical pause for MVP, Ian.
What a surprise.
Need to settle down after that one. Mini Zeta's going, guys!
What were we thinking?
Where are you?
Well, Winnie Zeta would not be in a position of power to say that.
Well,
I feel like there would be some disappointment in the camp.
He's
perhaps
at 8-0-3 right now, Ian.
Well, perhaps Termy called the pause, saying, "What was that?" You know.
Potentially, yep.
Yep. Either that or, well, time to restock the soju.
Okay, maybe Termy's cracking one out right
Every
now.
time they lose a round, they have to have a shot of soju.
I'm not sure that will make you play better.
But that's why it's an incentive to not lose rounds. That would be the real slippery slope, or the slurry slope.
Zeph, that's unfortunate, but a good trade from Zion, and Mini Zeta always good for one.
I like that.
Having a fantastic game so far, but Freeman
Beautiful.
will shut down quite a few. And again, Mini Zeta finds himself on his own.
That was a really nice play from MVP to get up mid and take mid. Well, they lost one player, so that could have been avoided, but they take control of connector when they're rushing short. And that means no one has to turn around on their way through. But despite how focused they were getting towards short, Freeman with a very solid hold on that B balcony. That's something a B player dreams of, just being able to hold that off, just going left and right, cover both bases, the deep apps and short. And really MVP didn't put up much resistance there. So full eco for them, or thereabouts. I think there's a P250 in tow. No flashbang, so maybe just an opportunity to talk. That tactical pause really did not pay off.
No, neither did the full execute on the A bomb side against the eco.
Yeah, well, you know, wasn't a real eco.
No, it wasn't. It was some gun save.
Summer did work, and I think, you know, obviously Attacker coming in as well, getting a kill, getting traded out. That's really where that round fell down. Mini Zeta could have won that round. He just kind of rushed the bomb plant when really, ideally, you want to find that last player.
Yeah, but even to be put in that situation, obviously, is not great.
Yep. Oh, well, that had no bearing on Freeman's position either. He is the B player, but I don't know. Maybe fake the bomb plant. That's always a good option against anti-eco.
Oh, well, learning for next time. Yep. MVP, however, in this round.
For all the Twitch noobs, that's what you want to do.
Just a gun. Just an attempt to get the bomb plant.
He's just... I love how they're all there, and he can't see them.
Zion will go down early on in the piece. Freeman does get knocked over. If Lubby drops here, it's a bomb plant for MVP, and he will. That's not bad news for MVP at all. This grenade isn't going to deny the plant, and Glow pushing forward with the M4. Mini Zeta as well, gets soaking. It's a full eco, bar the one P250 that MVP bought, and it looks like they're going to win the round. Attacker needs to step up big here in the 1v3. He hasn't spotted that extra player on short, but I think someone else has because they've called it for him. It doesn't matter, though. The crossfire is too strong, and MVP...
They've done it with Glocks.
What?
They've done it with Glocks. What other game is South Korea known for, Jordan?
StarCraft.
And was that not reminiscent of a Zerg rush?
Maybe a little bit.
They got as close as they could to the B apps, completely undetected. And then the rush comes in, and the Glock train rolls out, and there was just nothing they could do.
The Glocks.
Yeah. Some of those references go over my head because I didn't pay much attention to North America when I was playing.
Oh, yeah.
But I do...
But you get that one.
I do get that one.
Yeah. So back onto the force buy for Flashgaming, and backwards and forwards we go here on Mirage. Classic from the Asian region.
Absolutely classic. Summer with a FAMAS, just forcing it. Again, full short control for MVP. It's a little bit too easy. But is it a trap?
Oh, just shooting a little bit above his head. Unfortunate for Lovey.
I really like that, actually. I'll tell you why after.
Summer does get 2 with the FAMAS, however. So let's give a chance, although not if you're going to get decked like that.
Jesus.
MVP. It's just strung him up. And Zine finds another one there onto Attacker. MiniZeta now finally has the AWP in his hands as well. So there could be some fireworks there. All right, tell me, why did you like that?
Okay, so he crawls against the wall. And usually there's a bit of a shadow advantage there on short. But because he's crawling, because he's crouched and he's up against the wall, there was no shadow there. And I feel like that caught Lovey off guard. And a crouch peek at the best of times is risky, especially against the CZ high rate of fire. Lovey just needs a small adjustment to his aim, but I feel like he really was relying on that shadow to give him some warning.
Oh, ho, ho. MiniZeta. He can do no wrong.
I mean, at this point, if you're Flashgaming, you just it's eye roll.
A shooting gallery.
It's just an eye roll everywhere right now.
Ugh.
Well, we said he'd been pretty quiet, didn't we?
Well, yeah, he was.
Wow.
Not this time. Great round for MVP.
Can't go middle, can't go B. Another round for your boys. I could have rhymed that, but then it would have been too simple. Attacker obviously giving a few shouts to the team. Last to buy a weapon. That's the in-game leader for Flashgaming.
Yes, and quite a job ahead of him and the rest of Flash here. They're down a map. They're looking a little bit down and out of this series right now. It's 2 on the board straight away for MVP, and the third looking okay as well. It was 4 to start with for Flash.
Ooh.
5 to start with on Keish, and that didn't go too well for Flash, did it? And MVP, once again, starting to gain control of this map. They're looking unstoppable right now.
That's only 5-4. Let's calm down just a little bit.
Well, you put it into context with the entire series. It's not just 5-4. It's 2 maps to 0.
But this is actually...
and it will be 6-4.
This is criminal what just happened this round. The full contact play coming out from MVP. Zeph can't hit the side of a barn. Still manages to win the duel against Summer. Then he gets quickly backed up by MiniZeta out of the Palace. Perfect teamwork by that. And, well, then I guess the rest speaks for itself. Freeman doing his best to save. But his best isn't good enough.
Not nearly enough. Look at the cash that's built up for MVP. And then look at Flashgaming's coffers and weep. Press tab, feel sad.
Feels bad, man. China, #1. Not so much. Not this time. As much as they love that saying. And trust me, I've been there. China #1 puts a smile on all of their dial.
Yeah, but this is not going to be putting a smile on any Flash faces or any faces of any Flash fans. MVP with that mid-control established once again. But just watching for the push here of Summer is Globe. So MVP's all over this at the moment. They're reading Flashgaming like a book.
Just waiting, biding their time, seeing if Flashgaming will eventually crumble to the desperation, which they should be feeling a little bit of. Four rounds, you know, they can work with this. If they keep their armor into the next round or something like that, they can buy. They can still get 8 rounds after this, even after this round, if they lose. They're not out of it yet. But it's the fashion in which we're watching MVP win these rounds consistently, decisively.
Oh, that almost went the way of Glow, and again, that would have just been another nail in the coffin, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Zeph still gets the trade. So no big deal really for MVP. They're going to walk into the B site sign. No troubles there against Freeman. Does go down to attacker, but MVP at this point are not concerned about losing players.
Yep.
All they are concerned about is getting one more number up on that board, looking for 7. And they want to try and deny allowing these weapons over into the hands of Flash, which should be fairly straightforward. This one on short might still go the way of the CTs, but Solo is there, lurking and waiting, trying to deny it. The AK does get out into ladder room, but Solo will chase that to his demise.
Solo doesn't even let attacker's feet hit the ground there again. And, well...
look at where Zeph is. There's no chance this AK gets out now.
That's a classic sniper move right there. Knife out for the boys, get out of there. Next minute, you're walking straight into the enemy because that's just what they do. I used to get caught doing that quite often, Jordan.
Did you?
Yeah, you know, you get into a point in the game when you're in-game leading and you think you know everything. You think you know where everyone is. But then there's that one person just doing this, maybe something that they shouldn't be doing, and it will catch you. And it'll be more fool you because you're the one with your knife out.
Fool me once, etc., etc.
Yep, all that jazz. Gun round now for Flashgaming. They really need to stop the bleeding here. Mini Zeta's going to cop a HE for his troubles. Pretty good utility damage there. I believe that might have been Freeman. And, well, the puzzle for Flashgaming has been this middle control. Oh, it looks like some sort of smoke onto the A site. That's going to bounce off, maybe even go into Palace. I mean, that's just...
No.
Yeah. MC seems to think it's going to go to ticket booth.
I was going to say, that looks like a CT spawn smoke to me.
Yeah.
But Fancy does get Summer. A good opening for Flash and something that they have been lacking on most of their defenses. A-bomb site, however, is not where MVP are going to be putting most of their players. Solo lurking up through the connector. Might just get attacked here. Doesn't quite land the shots.
Yeah, the timing is off there. Solo might want to even consider being in connector before that strategy executes. And is this the double fake? They've definitely, the jig is up here. They've definitely been heard by the player on short. I would not be surprised to see a full rotate towards A. 24 seconds left on the clock. MVP might have cooked themselves a little bit here.
You say that, but Mini Zeta is still alive, so you can't count MVP out just yet. They've been hitting some fantastic shots. Mini Zeta, though, is going to go down. And Zion as well. That's the bomb dropped.
Wow.
So, Flashgaming come away with a round.
I feel like MVP are awarded that round as a reset potential round. That's a round that they were allowed to lose. One that they've worked very hard for, to be in this position where you can just say, yeah, look, let's ride off a round, come back stronger, reset Flashgaming for the rest of the half, see how it pans out. It's a bold strategy. Maybe overcomplicated things just a bit there for Summer. Doesn't get much done. Double AWP set up here for FG.
Yeah, full rifles for MVP. Mini Zeta not feeling it with the AWP here on Mirage, and
Yep.
fair enough, hasn't been having a huge impact with it.
Yeah, I mean, like we said,
We'll see more of it on the CT side
it's
anyway.
hard to enter into a site and be useful when everything is smoked and mollied and counter-flashed. But again, post-plant, clutch situation, very good.
Been too many of those for MVP. When they've won the round, they've won it convincingly.
Yeah. Also feel like Flashgaming haven't really forced that sort of attention to detail out of MVP at the moment. MVP getting away with quite a lot. And easy. And see, no mucking around. Here's another flash into B and off we go. Freeman, nice. This could be another one for him.
Yeah, but how many is he going to be able to get? The answer is only going to be those two. Attacker gets dropped by Glow.
Actually hurts.
Does hurt to watch, doesn't it? And the positioning here of Zeph is going to hurt Flash a little bit more as well. He does take a tag from Summer, but that's just an extra little player that the CTs are going to have to worry about here. So even once they get on the site, they still need to worry about market. Zion does get joking, and you can see Summer is so preoccupied with Zeph behind him that he can't do anything.
Yeah, Zeph is just having a good old laugh at the moment. Knife out, walking around. doesn't have to fight. Zeph hasn't had the greatest game, I don't think. I mean, his aim hasn't been up to par for me, considering the rest of the MVP players are generally considered aim stars. Yep. But nonetheless, he's getting the job done, playing his role, like I said, on Cash. Coming into Mirage, done the same. Now, like I said, here's another reset for Flashgaming. They can try and force buy up into this, but it'll be a pretty weak buy, all things considered. Lovey with an M4, everyone else will be trying them second best.
This leaves them in a bad spot should they lose this
Good
one.
Good spawn for Minizetta with the AWP. Go through it. You know you want to. Unfortunately, he doesn't see what we see. But still, good effort nonetheless. Good idea. Freeman, I mean, just really hoping for anything. UMP holding B. That could be something that MVP will target. Zeph. Now, this is where it will come down to the crunch.
Yeah, and you back Zeph every day of the week there.
Well, sometimes. Sometimes.
Minizetta, no problems at all against Attacker.
Yeah. Attacker's getting a bit desperate there as well. Just wants to know what MVP are doing in this early round. If they can figure that out, they can find some signs for the rest of the half. But if MVP was to go towards B, I would be a little bit surprised. You've killed 2 A defenders. Are they that afraid of Summer? The usual. Smokes onto B. That should draw a couple of players across. Solo's going to identify at least 2 players at B very shortly. Then the attack will pounce onto A. Summer has got himself a nice position. Or it might actually... Is it Summer? Yes.
Well, not nice enough. Glow is just...
That's cringe.
Well,
that's cringe.
What are you going to do, though?
Well, at this rate, lose. Just getting smashed.
You can't do anything when Glow hits a shot like that.
Absolutely.
9-5, and it's looking like it should be 10-5. Like I said, Ian, that last buy from Flash means they have no money here.
This is that methodical MVP I've always been talking about, Jordan. They get a pick in unders. They're on a 5 versus 3. Solo sits at B. They throw a heap of utility. He knows there's 2 people at B. The rest of the boys head towards A. You know, it's using your brain, using the numbers, using your years of experience.
And he's up. He's back on the AWP. He's preparing for the CT side. Getting a little bit of practice in.
Well, I'll tell you who's not. Flashgaming aren't preparing for their T side, that's for sure.
Better hope they are.
10-5 is a good half for MVP. It's going to be very hard for Flashgaming to surmount 11. Especially in this current state. But, you know, Counter-Strike is a fickle thing. You get in charge of that money. You figure out how MVP play. You're Gucci. But right now, MVP going to Chicago at this rate.
Most certainly, Summer will fall to Glow. 5 versus 3. Freeman running with the CZ. He gets the headshot across but runs out of ammo. And Glow will quite happily clean that frag up. Zoking has found a couple here, which makes life a little interesting. Another one for the 5-7. And not traded out as he crosses.
Zoking's got some horrible skins now. Did you see Glow's AK by chance?
No, I did not. Well, look at this, however. Oh, Zeph, can he hit the shot? Yes, he can. Saves it for MVP.
Well, did it need saving? It did, I suppose.
It did. It definitely did.
The half definitely was way gone. It didn't need saving at all. 10-5. It could have been 9-6 easily, but at the end of the day, Zeph pulls through, gets those crucial kills. Yeah. The AK skin I just saw Glow with was the red laminate with 4 iBuyPower stickers on it.
Oh, there you go.
So
I have no idea how expensive a red laminate is, by the way. Not a skin.
It's not even that. It's the stickers. They're like super expensive.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But if it was like a HAL with iBuyPower stickers,
no,
you'd be like, okay.
I think red laminate is like equally as rare.
As a HAL?
Not like that, but like hard to find in good condition. I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm not a skin expert, but I do notice the iBuyPower stickers when I see them.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
And I do remember Zoking having the best skins ever, but that's since changed.
Well, 10-5. First half for MVP. It was definitely enough on Cache, even despite the fact that they lost the pistol.
thanks to a good anti-eco or good eco round. But slow and steady for Flashgaming. No hard 5-man pushes. Now the burst, the speed up short.
Oh, Zeph doesn't want to hang around there too long. He's done well to actually get a frag.
Yep.
And Mini Zeta, Zine, they both chime in with one. No one's being left out of this map on Mirage, for MVP at least. Oh.
Yep.
Glow is on point.
Glow is doing the classic Glow. This is old school level Glow. Hard to imagine. I haven't seen MVP play this good in so damn long.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yep.
We talk about how good MVP is, and it's because of games like this.
Yep.
And then they go 16-14 on maps against Boot or Myth. Or, well, Boot's okay, fair enough, I guess.
Myth. That's the absolute.
Yeah.
Overtime, wasn't it, against Myth?
It was overtime, yeah.
Ugh. MVP, you're a
fickle beast.
Yeah, cruel mistress. It's some, what do you call it? Emotional manipulation right here.
Yeah, it's like Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, gee, yeah. Except, yeah.
I'm trapped in MVP's clutches. Here comes potentially a reasonable round for Flashgaming. Although Glow might put a stop to that if he runs around this corner. Timing not quite right for him. Backed up well by Zion. And this is a crazy round to behold, isn't it? Zion needs to win this aim duel and gets the USP out, but Attacker gets the shots. At least he's done damage there, and Glow, well, he's got a chance here. With the shots that he's been hitting and the HP that Flashgaming are on right now, oh, well, there's one.
I mean, unnecessary risk, I guess you could say, but Attacker, this will be unexpected. They know the bomb was on A. This will be super unexpected for Glow. I'll be surprised if he cottons on to this one in time.
Well, he's checked jungle, but not well enough.
Yeah. It's like I'm looking where I'm going, but I'm not really believing.
It's a really important round win, actually, for Flashgaming. Can be the catalyst for them to claw their way back into this map.
Again, Attacker has to rally the troops here. Full eco out of MVP. I like it. No, why did I say it? As they purchase some armor.
Zeph's fully bought in. Zion's fully bought in.
I mean, yeah, they got a big lead. I don't know,
but
it's not the same.
It's not that big of a lead.
It's the Boot Dreamscape. Slippery slope. That's what I'm going to call it. Waiting for pushes now, Flashgaming. To be expected. They're in no position to force their agenda on this game. They haven't been able to force their agenda on anything. Anything they have right now, besides that last round, has just been through sheer willpower. And here come the Inferno. Cleared out the entire site. Nicely done. The Dream.
Well, MVP might as well save at this point.
Yep. It was a risk to buy up into this round, but if they can all survive, well, that's the risk averted.
Doesn't look like Flashgaming are too interested in hunting them down, which is fair enough.
Yep. Got a couple of M4s, or sorry, the M4, the FAMAS, the UMP, that's going to force some head armor.
That will probably be an AK for somebody on MVP, although they can't get across. The flashbang is good. Solo will find Freeman. And Zion gets soaking. Can they get a couple of guns here? Looks like it'll be a UMP and an AK. No, nope, Zion can't quite hang on to his. But Solo's got an M4.
Yeah, nah.
Not sure if it's worth it for all the armor that they lost.
It wasn't worth it for MVP to come out with only one gun, but it was worth it to take away the 4 guns, or the 3 guns rather, from Flashgaming. Although Lovey makes up for it by collecting that AK toward the end. Talked about it all night. The economy, got to manage it.
Yes.
Sometimes doing some damage is more important than not.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yep.
Solo's in mid on his own with the M4.
Sometimes you got to play to win, right? Would that would be playing to win, not taking the safe route.
Ooh. Solo's heard some are here.
Yep.
So that's going to call the rotation across, and he might even get him as well. Bit of a messy spray, but that could be an AK for one of the MVP players. No one interested in collecting it right now. They've rotated back over to A and now slowly progressed through CT spawn. The pop flash is there.
Ooh.
If Freeman would have pushed through the smoke, that would have been an untimely demise for him, I'm sure.
Do it again. Do it again.
Well, now 1 by 1, those CTs will peak. Freeman very low. And a 1-for-1 is not so great for him here. Still no kills to follow up on that one. It's a 3v3, which is still favourable for Flashgaming. Minizeta does get a nice shot with that deagle. Timer ticking away a little bit too much now for MVP to win this round, but they've recovered another gun. Never mind. Solo won't be able to get out.
I was like the ants, wasn't it, Jordan? The ants.
Economic damage.
The ants go marching in.
1 by 1. Hoorah, hoorah.
Minizeta's on the big green.
First time on this CT side.
Will they double it? No, they will not. They will not. 5 AKs, though, for Flashgaming. So far, they've been doing a pretty good job. They've gotten control of the money.
Yeah, we did highlight that as a potential issue for Flash.
Yep.
Minizeta starts to control this with the AWP. Don't have much of a response.
Solo. Will he be game to peek over the smoke? Of course. Okay, 3 players on A, 2 players on B. We've got a full mid control coming out from Flashgaming. Bomb in presence. Could get caught out quite early here. 1 player waiting for any sort of aggression towards A, that's Summer. He's become a bit of a lurker for this team, which is kind of a waste of his potential, his raw frag. Zeph. No fear, holding off that connector. Solo coming in as well, chiming in with one of his own. The jig is up now. Flashgaming obviously trying to contact play onto the A site through connector.
Yeah, smoke's down. Solo just going to spam through it. Looked like he might push it for a second. Needs to be careful here. Minizeta, however,
again!
Another collateral, and he finishes it off on his Summer as well. Minizeta is having the series of his life.
It's the collaterals just left, right, and center for this guy. Unbelievable. Every time.
I don't know what to say. You just saw it line up, and you're like, he's going to hit this shot.
Yeah, it's happening.
Time and time again. And Flashgaming, that is a bit of pill to swallow. They'll force into this round, but that might just be the nail in the coffin for them now, Ian. They were looking potentially in it. They were maybe going to be able to bring it back, but that's going to breathe new life into this MVP roster. And I think they're going to run away with things now.
Well, don't want to speak too soon, but yeah, it is looking good. 4 on 3. Now we've got a pretty much, well, spread out, I guess you would say, CT side. MC's turned my HUD off. Technical difficulties at HQ.
Zion, if he would have held on to that position for a little longer, it could have been a very powerful one for the retake.
Yep.
Maybe Flashgaming
How quickly things turn.
are going to be able to grab this round.
Well, I guess we might be listening to Zoking. Zeph now approaches. Not really an important round for MVP to retake. They could save. They definitely want to do some damage. That could be a reset for MVP, couldn't it? They want that AWP. They need that AWP.
They'll keep it as well, I think. Oh no, Glow's potentially in danger here from Zoking.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for MVP. Zoking might get traded himself. Ooh, well, Zeph was almost going to go down there.
Yeah, there was probably 1 tick in that.
Saved by the bell.
Yep. 12-9. It's a good date. Zion just on the P250. Times are tough at the MVP camp for the first time in quite a while. Most importantly, Minizeta's on the AWP. Mid control again for Flashgaming. Only the 2 players though, pretty much just trying to prevent a solo mid push once again. Let's see what they can do. Aggression coming out from MVP. Well, not really. There hasn't been much aggression at all from any of the Asian teams. Very disciplined. the risk versus reward is pretty high for that kind of thing. You saw Attacker get punished time and time again. But MVP, they're not all about that. They're not about that at all.
Very passive from Flashgaming this round.
MVP CT side is where I've always had my concerns. But somehow Mini Zeta is making this work for the whole team.
Yeah, but it's not out of the woods just yet for MVP.
No, no.
The loss in the last round has cost them quite significantly.
This isn't really a gun round either, in my opinion, because it's just a lack of utility when this execute comes in from Flashgaming.
Well, if you push before the smokes pop, then Mini Zeta's going to make you pay for it. He gets the Molotov down, gets the grenade out. Lots of damage done. Mini Zeta, not only with the AWP, but he's also able to do it with the utility. Now pushing through, though, he will be bested by Freeman. And it's a 2v4. Zeth won't be able to deny the bomb plans, and it looked so good. But now, again, Flash stepping up. And Glow is on his own.
Yeah.
But for a little bit more patience there from MVP, that could have been their round.
Just the things we know. You know, we know that Molotov worked its wonders. We know the HE was fantastic from Mini Zeta. He's got no idea. And everyone else is at panic stations to try and win this round back, when really it was almost always in their favor. Unfortunately, though, we see what they don't, and Flashgaming with a very nice A execute ticks all the boxes. You've got to go through that molly. You don't have a chance. Getting hit by a HE grenade, that's not something you can control, but what you can control is your own destiny, your own fate. Get in their faces. Get that Mini Zeta guy who's been pushing and re-peaking constantly with the AWP. Go from there.
Has to be a double eco out here from MVP.
Yep.
Sign cannot get the frag onto Attacker.
Oh,
this looks like it's going to fall over pretty quick for MVP.
This is how every comeback starts, Jordan. Baby steps. Baby steps.
Is it going to be the reverse sweep for Flashgaming? Well, I say reverse sweep. They technically already have a map on the board, but they haven't actually won one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
in my mind, it would still be a reverse sweep.
Yeah, of course. Even if they were down 1-0 and they came back. That's a reverse sweep. So, let me see your guns. We're going to go for another eco.
I think that's a good idea.
It is. It's going to give them the 12-12 though, so it could all be for naught. That's the thing, Jordan. Flashgaming win the next round as well, then you're just on the ecos again.
Yep.
Back on the waters.
Got to do what you got to do, though. That's the trouble on the CT side. Bit of a crossfire set up there for MVP, but not causing really too many problems for Flash. With the CZ running around in T-spawn isn't going to have an impact on this round.
It's interesting to see Flashgaming run around with a bit of bravado for once.
Yep. Okay. Big round now coming out for both these teams. One would say it's more important for MVP than it is for Flash, given that Flash have a fairly sizable bank built up.
I'm smelling a double AWP here, but I'm not sure.
Well, Glow's got one.
Yep.
So that'll kind of give it away.
Now, if you're Flashgaming and you recognize they just ecoed, ideally, you're presuming a double AWP, and you just think, how hard is it to retake with 2 AWPs? How do I limit the impact these AWPs have? And, well, I think the A execute could work. A B execute could work, but you definitely don't want to dilly-dally.
Yeah, and they're not going to be messing around here. Mini Zeta has already been forced off his line. Zion has to play passive here, and MVP PK. They don't know that Zion is going to get... Oh, no!
Summer!
He needs to hit that shot. Zion gets himself a free kill, saves himself for but a moment. Joking will trade it out, but it could be a 5v4 in the favor of Flashgaming at this moment. Still doable for MVP, but they need to get a wriggle on. There is not much time left to play with. Glow's having a look at his teammate. And it's tense times now in that MVP camp.
Well, a lot of time has already gone by on that clock.
If you're MVP and you're going to retake this, you have to go now. There's already a player in middle for Flashgaming, and that's certainly not what MVP will be suspecting right now. Ian, this is not looking good, I don't think, but on the defuse right now is Solo. He's in the smoke. The kills are coming across for MVP, and the defuse is there. Mini Zeta cleans everyone up on Flashgaming, and somehow MVP managed to find a way to win that round.
That's really... that is a ninja defuse. That is taking a round out from underneath Flashgaming's nose. Yep.
This will be a tactical pause for Flashgaming.
What just happened, La?
Oh, it's an MVP tactical
Well,
pause.
geez, even better. You'd be happy with that one. Tactical pauses after you win a round are genius. Gets you to think again. There's no better time to think, Jordan, than when you're happy.
How are you feeling right now if you're Summer? Missing that spray onto Zion. That was
You're not feeling it all. You're
connector
numb.
control.
You're numb at this point, and
Could have shut down jungle.
Well, you're going to be real pissed when you see the VOD, and we caught that.
Yeah.
You wanted that to sneak in under the radar, but every time we see it.
Yeah.
Whenever there's something bad, we see it.
And MVP now back in control. Just the one round, and that's all that they needed. 13-12. Money will be looking good. Flashgaming, at least they're going to get a buy through here.
Yeah.
But it's tense times now for Flash. The knees are weak. Arms, spaghetti.
Oh, God. Here we go. Now you want to do Eminem?
Hands are sweaty.
You had all night.
I'm actually more of a fan of Smarties.
I feel like you've lost yourself already. Again, didn't pick it up on the mic.
Flash have got that buy as expected. Probably can even get a buy next round as well.
B execute here could be a little bit of an easy read.
Yeah, Glow doesn't have much to defend with. Does have Mini Zeta there though.
Wow, MP9 for Glow. Jeez, guys, that's a bit rough. He's been having a tear all night, and you've got him on an MP9.
Just didn't have the money.
Wow.
Mini Zeta potentially could have dropped him something a little bit better.
Yeah, well, or not. I mean, look, think about it this way. They've been hitting the A site so often. May as well try and put your eggs in that basket, but, well, when was the last time you saw any attention to the B halls? That's got to get you thinking a little bit, doesn't it, MVP? Mid execute coming out. So King gets flashed up into connector. Nothing there this time. Definitely doesn't want to be caught doing a summer. They've taken a long time to get up short here, but they're still going to catch out Glow. And, well, the rotate better come in fast because Zeph needs help.
Yeah, he certainly does, but he's not going to get it in time. Flash have walked into that B site, and suddenly things look a little bit more dire for MVP. Solo might have heard Summer running off there, but I don't know if it's going to be much of a help for MVP in this scenario. Retaking the B site 3v5, impossible.
Well, I think that's interesting to see. Was that Summer on the hunt as well, of all people, the AWPer? I mean, that's just recipe for disaster. Hey, Zion, do you want an AWP? Here you go.
They do want the AWP.
Of course they do. It's better than an MP9.
Solo could be in trouble here. Zoki makes noise, however, and that gives away the game. Zion needs to hit this shot, and will. So this has actually saved MVP quite a little bit. Oh, Solo going down, that's bad news.
2 AWPs. You can get a lot done with 2 AWPs. The problem for me is that that round was just so easy for Flashgaming. They were literally, bomb wasn't even planted yet, and they're already on the hunt. And that's a real concern. MVP aren't putting up that fight that they were. Now, it's back to 13-13. It was 10-10.
Yep. We're starting to play the war of attrition as well, and that's always going to favour Flashgaming.
Well, yeah.
You've gotten away with a couple.
We
cheeky
need,
ones.
If you're an MVP fan or if you're an MVP, you're looking for that entry. The 4v5s, that's where you've been winning.
Lots of players on the side here, though, for MVP. This might just work out for them. Zeph hasn't been spotted, I don't think, in Palace. Zion gets soaking. And now he has a chance for more. The good flash comes across from his teammate. That'll help him out. Mini Zeta also able to get one. And Zeph gets attacker. It's all worked out perfectly there for MVP PK. That's another round on the board. Another one with guns in their hands. And all off just that one flash.
Yep. I think the end is nigh. I've just got a feeling, Jordan.
Hooked on a feeling?
Wow, that's an old one. That's a good one too. Enjoy that. Well, finally some resistance from MVP, using those saved double AWPs. Zeph as well, of all people, on the AWP. And Zion, well, geez. Individual effort, no such thing. The teammates with the flashbangs. That's all it was. And the whole execute was shut down. Zoking, useless. Useless? Helpless. That's what I want. Helpless.
It's not over yet for Flashgaming. Another round here resets the economy of MVP, and we're back to square one. 1-for-1s are not good enough for MVP. They need multiple in a row. Mid control is with Flashgaming for now. Again, those 3 players on the A bomb site though, and a nice crossfire setup for MVP. Also, not to mention a quick rotation across from B if Flash do end up pushing into A. This is not a bad defensive setup. Let's see if MVP can make it work. MiniZeta opens up, spots out another player, takes the peek, and MiniZeta does no wrong once again. Solo saves Zion, and this is looking much, much worse for Flashgaming than even the last round. As 15 comes up on the board for MVP PK, they are 1 round away from Chicago.
It's almost a gimme at this point, Jordan. The money is absolutely cooked on the Flashgaming side. They're out of options, they're out of ideas. To take an A execute like they did just then, almost completely 5 versus 3, hitting every single choke point, and to still come out worse off, that's when you know you're in trouble. And I put that down to not taking the ladder room away from MVP. And at the same time, MiniZeta in that position is just unstoppable.
It's been unstoppable in this entire matchup. Definitely has been a standout for MVP, and now you can see perhaps why MVP have decided to pick him up. Flashgaming, they have no more chances left. This is their final opportunity to keep themselves alive in this series. And really, if they do lose this one, it's a 3-0 loss in the best of 5, all things considered. Not the way Flash would have liked this qualifier to go.
When it's going bad, it really goes bad. The first attempt at smoking off window doesn't work out for Flashgaming. That's 1 less smoke that they have. Now they've just got the 1 remaining. The first time we've seen them boost up into window, Solo might just get a feel for it. Doesn't have to do anything, really. He can just sit here and take his time. Doesn't want to run out of ammo, because that's obviously when he's going to get pushed. Freeman falls off. That's going to make noise. That's going to give a sound cue. MVP. They're going to be all aware of it now. And they've stacked the A side. Just 1 player in checkers. Glow, AWPing the cross from B-Apps. And that's all he needs. Now, this position Zeph is in, if you don't clear this out and you think you're going to have a great time heading up connector, you aren't.
Oh, Solo almost gets timed by Freeman, but still is able to get the kill. And now 1 player less for Flashgaming. Zion has not been checked at all. He's going to get 2 kills, deny the bomb plant, the 3rd as well. And MVP PK, they've done it. They've secured their place at Chicago. Flashgaming have gotten absolutely nothing done in this matchup. And MVP PK, well, it says a 3-1 on the scoreboard, but it really was a 3-0 tonight.
It's a thrashing, and MVP absolutely dominated from the onset. Finally, we got to see the proper MVP play their game. People can start to understand what we talk about when we talk about how good they are. Yep. They've really done us proud tonight.
That's going to be one of those
games. We talk them up so much, and I think before we've been like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
That's it. MVP, you're cooked. You're off.
You're out. You're on the bat naughty boy list.
But yeah,
no presents for you.
All it took was this 1 fantastic best of 5 to go 3-0 with a map advantage to Flashgaming, and now everyone can hopefully see. That's the MVP we talk about, the one that we think could be the #1 team in the region at times. But unfortunately, they didn't get diverse Tyloo because of the forfeit. Yep. But who cares? They're off to Chicago.
Yeah, not enough consistency sometimes from MVP, but enough this time. We'll bring up the bracket here and show you how they made their run through to the final. It was a bit tumultuous, wasn't it? They did get their victory in the first round against TNC, and then they also quite easily dispatched of SC Absolute in the upper bracket, but unfortunately, they had to forfeit their initial upper bracket match against Flashgaming. They were knocked it down into the lower bracket final, where they once again met SC Absolute and once again dispatched of them 2-0. Now they find themselves in that grand final and a 3-1 victory over Flashgaming, who did have the 1 map advantage going into that. Fantastic performance from MVP PK. Really great stuff from MiniZeta, stepping up when the pressure is hitting. I think across the board, every single player on that roster had an impact on a map at least.
They didn't feel phased at all. From watching them play, they looked happy. They were winning a lot of the rounds. They were even winning a lot of the clutches, just taking everything they could away from Flashgaming. Like I said, they imposed their will on Flashgaming, and Flashgaming just crumbled. There was nothing, they literally had nothing. When they won a round, it was cheap. When they could string a couple together, it was MVP master plan to get some money for the double AWP, you know? So really, the MVP was ahead the whole time, despite what lies the scoreboard may have perceived.
Yeah, such a fantastic performance from MVP across the board. Like you said, really, that's just going to be one of those maps you go back to, or one of those matches rather you go back to. If anyone's saying anything about MVP, they don't deserve to be called a good team in the Asian region. They're having bad performances, etc., etc.
Yeah.
This is one that you can show them and say, that's the peak that they can hit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you saw across the board, they all had fantastic scores, fantastic ADR, KDR, whatever, you name it. Utility usage was just on point. Mini Zeta, though, I mean, that's what you want. You want that from your Oppa. You want the 1 kill, the 2 kill, the collateral on those very important rounds. You can really thank him, and I think you can thank Zion, you can thank Glow, you can thank Solar, you can thank Zeph.
You can thank Termi, the coach, as well.
Termi, the coach. I mean, you got to give him some credit. Some of the reads tonight were spot on. You can see how methodical they play. They get the information, they make the accurate decision, and they do it so quick the other team can't adapt because they know more than you. And when that happens, you're always going to lose.
Well, all in all, a great night and a great qualifier for MVP PK. That's going to be all from us here. Congratulations once again, though. Must go to MVP. We'll be cheering them on in Chicago as the Asian representative. But for now, guys, we're going to have to bid you good night and have a very good one.